bench under considerable pressure in more than one way. Tell you what, he needs that belt on, doesn't he? Hold him together. Yes, he did well. He was third, if I remember correctly, after the first discipline, the squat, and doing quite nicely on the bench at 237.5. So the changes being executed here by the spotters, and the next weight being agreed upon. In fact, the bar is being raised slightly, and once again, as with the squat, the uprights are adjustable so as to cater for all of the competitors. Cor van Yorkfeld, I should say, 212.5 kilograms. He had a best squat of 337.5. He's already achieved 200 in the bench and then 210. So this is his third lift. And see what he can do.
Ja, agressie erin. Kom op, hoor. Yfeld. Yfeld, kom op. Goed. Ja. Zo.
van Yorkfeld, Holland.
Kom op, één keer. Ja. Kom op, sterk. Eén keer, kom. Ja.
It's quite interesting to see how he's tucked the thumb under the bar, which puts the pressure of the bar through the wrist rather than the hand. And that's a ploy used by weightlifters as well, and athletes in training sometimes. Well, successful at 212.5. And we've got another Swede here. Big fella. This is Hugo Chester, John reminds me, 217.5 kilograms. And if you've just joined us, we're looking at two categories today, the 125 kilogram category in this 13th European Powerlifting Championships, and this category, the 125 plus kilogram category. And this fella attempting, Hugo, weighs 127.3 from Sweden, attempting 217.5. It's his third lift too. He's already succeeded at 206 and 212.5. Working hard at the top of that. That's 200, not 206. I misread that on the list in front of us, and a success there. And 217.5 then for Hugo Chester. Now Saliga was second after the first discipline, the squat, and will be anxious now to get in. He's achieved 210 and 220 as two of the three lifts available to him. This Austrian going very, very nicely indeed. 21 years old. Bright lad. In 1988 as a 20-year-old, he was sixth in this championship with a total of 795 kilograms, and he was sixth last year as well. So he's making progress in terms of poundage, because his improved performance last year was 907.5. So it's a considerable improvement, not in position but in total lifted. And that very, very good lift at 230, John. What a prospect for the future, isn't he?
Oh yes, at this age as well. Yes, he's a very good prospect for the future, and he's still only a junior.
What about the training for activities such as this? Quite clearly for powerlifting, it's about high weight and low repetition, really, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, as opposed to bodybuilders who go in for high reps, low weight.
Now, Mr. Jean-Pierre Brulwis of France, the leader after the squat with 390 kilograms. That was a massive lift, and he's already achieved 230 kilograms in the bench press after coming in at 220. This is 232.5. It's his final lift, so if he can succeed here, then Well, clearly he's going to be the leader after the first two disciplines quite easily, and he is a big solid citizen. And let's see how quickly he can get this straight. He's working at it. He's got it. He's got it. And that's 2:32.5. And I wonder whether anyone can beat Brulwis. Well, certainly not after the first two disciplines. There it is, 622.5 kilograms ahead of Gustavsson Sweden. World Championships here in Iceland, in Reykjavik, Smoking Bay, the capital. John Neighbour of Great Britain's been smoking here. He's in second place overall at the moment in the 125 kilogram class. And this is the deadlift, the third of the disciplines, following behind the squat and the bench press.
Now John needs this lift because he's tailing Vilmi by a few kilos here, and he must pick up everything he can. Notice the reverse hand grip. Slowly up, shoulders back, good lift.
What about the width of the feet there, John? Because they seem to be a very narrow stance. He's wearing slippers too, rather than the big heavy weightlifting boots.
Yes, they go in for ballet shoes, these boys, ballet slippers. And the bigger men tend to have an orthodox closed foot stance, whereas the smaller men use the sumo stance, very wide.
Well, now we've got 282.5 kilograms up on the board here to Johansson and the Swede. Let's have a look and see where he is at the moment. He's already achieved 270. He achieved 240 in the bench press, 322.5 in the squat, just to give you an overall situation. He's waiting to come on here, and they're just cleaning the bar area for the moment.
Yes, the knurling on the bar tends to get clogged with chalk. The lifters take plenty of chalk on their palms, and this clogs the knurling on the bar, so occasionally it needs wire brushing off.
Enormous bicep development here and tricep development, this young man. But this is about legs, isn't it, this one? If anything, he seems to be a little bit underdeveloped in the legs here.
Could be. No, he's not back. His shoulders aren't back.
And you see the two red lights in the background on that board. Didn't get the shoulders back, didn't get full extension, and so paid the penalty. A penalty the judges indicated quite clearly. This is Ken Lawless of Ireland, 325 kilograms on the board. He's already achieved 317.5 after an opener of 310. So I wonder, John.
Well, Ken really isn't in the running here, but everyone likes to pick up a few points, and Ireland are great lads. We love to see them, and we're always prepared to give them a hand, so we always cheer for Ken or any of the Irish lads.
He's one of the few here this year at these championships, 30 years old, 7th last time. Now, 1 minute, the time for appearance.
Must actually commence the lift within that 1 minute. Yes, that's good.
A tremendous stress and strain, and there the lights, look, the three white lights at the top of the board, and that for Lawless 325, a very good deadlift indeed. He's very, very pleased. The Irish coach giving him a little pat that he probably didn't feel, and now Rob van der Tak at 332.5. So van der Tak has 325 after an opener of 310, bench press 225 and squatted 325, just to give you a cross view of his performance today.
No, he was never going to make that.
He was nowhere near it, was he? So he's gone with a best of 325. It's a big
yes, 7.5 kilo jump there.
Yeah,
a bit more than he can manage.
An interesting little machine there for raising that bar to change the discs, smelling salts. Once again, giving all the energy they need. This is Vilmi, Kyösti Vilmi, 30 years of age. An experienced lifter in every sense from Finland, the favourite certainly. And of course, his only challenger, John Neighbour of Great Britain.
Now the British coaches will be watching this closely, because if he gets this, then John Neighbour will have to jump his third attempt. He's allowed 2 changes on the third attempt, and John needs to jump if Vilmi is successful here.
When you say 2 changes, they have to inform the judges what weight they're going to attempt, and if the change you refer to is a change in that weight.
That's it. Good lift.
Yes, it was a good lift too, wasn't it? Very, very solid, and that does now mean that Neighbour's got the pressure on.
Now, if we could see the table, we'd see the British coach galloping along there to get his new weight in, because he hopes to come in at the same total if John can get this lift, but he will beat him on body weight. The lighter man in powerlifting takes the title if equal totals come up.
Yes, that's interesting. We've got a similar situation in weightlifting too. So the lighter body weight, he's got to achieve the same overall total though in order for that to happen. Will it happen? We shall soon see. 345 kilos on the board now, and that is the task ahead for John Neighbour to win. But it is a considerable task, isn't it? If he loses, it's the silver medal for him overall, certainly. Only 2 of them left in. I mean, Vilmi and Neighbour well ahead of the rest.
Did you see the way they heave that belt tight around his waist there? Now, the British coaches are trying to psych him up for this last telling lift. He needs it.
Well, it's a gold medal lift, isn't it? Now,
reverse hand grip, feet close. No, I don't think his shoulders were back there.
Oh, he's got 2 reds, John, and 1 white. You're right. Yeah. He didn't lock out, did he?
Well, his shoulders weren't back. He was holding it on the arch.
Well, let's have a look at the overall situation then in confirmation of that performance. And Vilmi of Finland wins the gold medal overall with a total of 962.5. from John Neighbour of Great Britain at 957.5, and Magnus Magnusson of Iceland 880 points in 3rd place. So the 125 plus category still has to be resolved. This is Arnison at 320 kilograms, and this is his opening lift. He bench pressed 210 kilograms and achieved 330 kilograms in the squat. Had a disappointing squat. Now, what about this fellow, John?
Well, apart from his technique, he seems to be bleeding around the nose. Someone slapped him a bit too hard, I should think.
Ah, now we've got a contrast in technique here.
Yes, this is the sumo style. Ah, now he's brought his feet in.
Yes, you almost assumed the sumo style that you were mentioning earlier on. Okay. Well, he certainly does appear to have a nosebleed there, and that, for me, would be a bit worrying. Because that would be a stress problem. Unless it's just above the lip that there is an injury, it's difficult to tell from here. Well, this is Gustavson Sweden, and on the board, well, it says 300 kilograms on the board, and I must say that it looks like 300 rather than 320, and I think the caption is wrong. It is wrong. 300 kilograms then, it's the 2nd lift for Gustavsson. He bench pressed 237.5 and squatted 350, so he's gone quite well, and Gustavsson will be close to a medal. He may well get a medal, but it's going to be a tough one. He's got to get this, but this does seem to be a weak event for him. Certainly his squat was quite strong and his bench press was pretty good, but this one he's struggling a bit. Hugo Chester here, John, at 315. He came in very carefully at 290 kilograms and has gone straight up to 315.
Yes, well, this isn't a bad fault at all. Make sure you get that first lift in.
Of course, if you don't get the first lift in and you have a complete failure, then of course you've got no score at all and you're eliminated.
Out of the competition completely.
Can he get his shoulders? I don't think his shoulders were back, were they? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Judged to be a good lift at 315 kilograms. Chester.
kilos for Salinger from Austria.
This is Salinger now. Well, Salinger very much in the hunt here. Very, very strong competition, this young man. 350 kilograms in the squat, 230 in the bench press. Has already achieved 305 kilograms here. That was his opening lift in this deadlift. And now attempting 320 kilograms. And he's certainly going to get a medal here. I can't see any reason why he shouldn't, unless he's fails here badly. But I can't, looking down the list, I can't see anyone else who's going to challenge him too closely. He's in good form.
Yes, you're quite right, Stuart. I don't think anyone can touch him here for the silver.
Watch those lights. He's got 3 white lights at the back, and that's a good lift at 320. And Salinger letting everyone know that he's a useful young man for the future. Just to remind you, he's still a junior and only 21 years old. Now, watch the chalk. Now, the chalk on the hands to make sure that there is purchase. This is for Van Yorkfeld. 330 kilograms, his second lift in this deadlift discipline, the third discipline of this powerlifting European Championships. The first discipline, the squat, the second, the bench press, and this third one, the less familiar to most people, I would think, the deadlift. There's so much encouragement here for this young fella. The Dutch have got a couple of guys around the place here, and well supported they are. Now, this is the preparation.
Take a strong reverse hand grip, steady pull all the way up, shins, the thighs, keep it moving, shoulders back, and you're home and dry.
Now, yes, he's got 3 white lights. He'll look round in a moment and see them. And that's 330 kilograms, and that's pretty good. Once again, the bar being cleaned up, and well, this fella doesn't need too much introduction, does he? Pierre Brulwis of France, the gentle giant, 330 kilograms, and really very much in the driving seat at the moment. Brulwis, the Frenchman, who weighs 141.8 kilograms, looking at 330 here, and look at that. A mighty lift.
3 white lights. He's an amazing lad, this boy.
Well, that was a mighty lift, wasn't it? And I just have a feeling that there's a gold medal going to him, that's for sure, and there might be a little bit of lifting left in him yet.
Well, as you notice, Stuart, if you look at the board, you'll see he hasn't lost a lift yet in all his attempts.
Yes, indeed. So, Gustavsson, oh gosh, he attacked that quickly, didn't he? Now, let's have a look and see what he's gone for. 307.5, he's got his white light. Well, he put on 7.5 kilos onto the 300 we saw him achieve before. Got himself a little bit of a bonus. Now, will that be enough to get him into bronze medal position? It's going to be very tight between him and Arnison of Iceland. And Cleveland's been brushing his hair, you can see that. What remains of it, he's got more chalk on his head than on any other part of his body. Cleveland, 315 kilograms. And that's his second lift. Third lift rather. He has achieved 300, failed 305, and this is very speculative indeed. He's trying to salvage something from this. It may be folly, only time will tell.
It's not the sort of thing that in Britain we encourage, I'm afraid.
It's a big jump after failing 305 to put another 10 kilos on is going to be very tough, and there was no way, and a little smile, an acknowledgement there of the impossible. Well, still some lifting to come. Jean-Pierre Brulwis of France will attempt another lift, I'm sure. He's already been successful at 330 kilos. And as I promised you, the climax of this competition, and Carl Saliga, one of the medal contenders in this 125 plus kilogram category, The Austrian was attempting 330 kilograms here. Just to remind you, he achieved 230 kilograms in the bench press, 350 kilograms in the squat. This deadlift, the third of the disciplines, and this is his third lift. He's already got 320, only allowed 3 lifts in each category. They must choose their starting point and then move on from there, but only 3 lifts in order to achieve the greatest possible total. The totals in each of the disciplines are added together to give the overall champion. There are no individual medals for each of those disciplines. It has to be a cumulative total. It's an all-round performance that matters. Now, Salinger.
No, knees weren't locked there and shoulders weren't back. I'm afraid that's no lift. No, 3 white reds.
Well, he shrugs his shoulders, but he has got 320, and he's certainly in contention for the silver now. He's very, very strong competitor. Hugo Chester, 332.5, and Chester just looking down the sheet, 310 in the squat, fell twice at 340, achieved 217.5 in the bench press, has already achieved 315 kilograms in the deadlift here. This is his third and final, and as you can see, he's intent on lifting it, and whether the noise can be converted into lifting power, we will soon see. Oh no. That's gone. 315 total is best overall, and he's going to be well down the field here, probably 6th or 7th place. But Yorkfeld.
Yes, that was a big jump for Hugo. 17.5 kilos. It was a bit too much for a third attempt.
Kilo, 40 ounces from Yorkfeld.
Such aggression. Now, can he get those legs straight? Those arms are passive and long, and those legs won't straighten, will they? He looks forlorn towards his coaches. Eventually appreciates the crowd's attendance, but my goodness, he was nowhere near that one. A real struggle there at 335 kilograms. So, the big man is due up next. Jean-Pierre Brulwis, certainly the favourite for the gold medal, and I can't see anyone stopping him now. 330 kilos, he's succeeded. He's gone now to 337.5 kilograms, and success here would just underline a marvellous day for him.
If he gets this lift, that's 9 good lifts, not a failure on the day.
And it would also give him a total of 960 kilograms, which is an immense total, isn't it?
Yes, he's improving all the time, this man. Slow but sure there. Yes.
I would have thought, you know, John, that a higher heel in a weightlifting boot would have made life a little bit easier to get the quads into the lift. I mean, why is it that they have the flat shoe?
Well, this is it. You'll find that on the bench, the Finns have a high heel. On the squat, people used in the old days to have a wooden block under their heels. But no, they go in for these ballet shoes. Now, this is Arnison. He's taken 355. It's a hell of a jump here. He's obviously fighting now to jump up for the medal, the bronze medal. Terrific risk here.
Well, just
332.5 to 355.
And he failed 332.5,
yes,
according to the list.
So his last successful lift was only 320. 35 kilos on his last successful lift. But he needs it for the bronze medal.
Well, this would be a remarkable performance if he achieved it, wouldn't it? I mean, as you say, it would give him an overall total of 895 points, well behind Bruis, but my goodness.
It'll certainly go down well with the Icelandic crowd if he gets it. He's going to help him up with it. The crowd are behind him. Yes, he'll get that. I'm sure he will.
Yes, he's got the 3 white lights and he's got a medal. And we reckon that he's got the bronze. And that is the action of a man who's just come back from nowhere to get himself a medal. Well, what a marvellous performance by Hjalti Arnison of Iceland. He's certainly come through there to steal the bronze medal from Gustavsson. And he's stolen it on the basis of lighter body weight. They both had the same total, 895 kilograms. What a performance that was. But Brulwis of France way out with 960 kilograms. And Salinger, the young Austrian, at 900 kilograms. Another improvement for him in the silver medal position. There it is, gold, silver and bronze. But remember, there are a lot of other medals allocated today in these championships, 11 categories overall. Let's just sit back and reflect on some of the action from the other weight categories. Let's have a look at the medalists for the lightest of the categories, the 52 kilograms. John Clay of Great Britain, 480 kilogram total. Max Forberg of Sweden, 427.5. And Helge Jonsson of Iceland, 317.5. There you have the medalists for the 56 kilogram category. Gary Symes of Great Britain, 545.5. Klemen Jaczynski of the Federal Republic of Germany, 502.5. And Asko Sivia of Finland, 497.5. The 60 kilogram category, Gerald McNamara of Ireland, the gold medal, 592.5. Lucien Defarge of France, 585 kilograms. Bernard Vincent of France, 577.5. That was 60 kilogram category. In the 67.5 kilogram, Jan Wilinski of Poland, 652.5 kilograms. Dave Mannering of Great Britain, 650. He was the silver medalist. And Tuomo Casalati of Finland, 640. They have the gold, silver and bronze for the 67.5 kilogram category. At 75 kilograms, Personen of Finland, 750 kilograms. Mäkitalo of Finland, 707.5. Good day for the Finns there. And Valitsinsen of Norway, 650 kilograms, the bronze medalist. at 82.5 kilograms. Jarmo Vitainen of Finland, 842.5. Jan Luka of Poland, 752.5. And Jari Taitinen of Finland, 732.5. The Finns doing well in this category too. But just to remind you, the 90 kilogram gold medalist, Floriano Domenichini of Italy. And here we've got the full result of the 100 kilogram category. Taitinen of Finland, Hiemen of the Netherlands and Rambo of East Germany. That's where gold, silver and bronze went. The winner of the 110 kilogram category was Leopold Krendl of Austria. In all round, a solid piece of competition in these European Championships. From John Moody and myself, Stuart Story, goodbye.